Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another brand new Total Extreme Wrestling video. This is a weird one. You can see I'm quite pink. My curtain's been taken away, but this is a video. I'm recording this intro after I've recorded NXT, just so people know. Oh, this video. Let's get to it. There's going to be a bit of stream footage shown in this to explain the title. But first, let's start with Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw this week kicks off with Sami Guevara. We know Guevara is in action tonight against Keith Lee. We're opening the show with that one. So Guevara comes out and he's talking about Keith Lee and what he's been doing over the past few weeks. Sami Guevara says at the Royal Rumble, I was this close to walking away with a major title. Tonight, I face a champion. But the championship's not on the line because, let's be honest, the champion seems to have left his balls in MVP's purse. Because MVP's are obviously a woman. Why not? Sami Guevara talks his way in to a title shot. That's right. Sami Guevara talks his way into the title shot. Keith Lee says, you want a title shot? Fine. Your mistake. 75 for the segment. So the match itself then is for the United States Heavyweight Championship, and it is Keith Lee defending against Sami Guevara, your winner, and still United States Champion Keith Lee, because obviously we weren't changing the title just yet. Keith Lee pins Sami Guevara, his first defense of the title. 69 from Keith Lee, 65 from Sami Guevara. A bit of a boost to a 75, and the heel Keith Lee is dominating so far. Perfect. It's almost like, as a heel, like there's no cap on him. There's no, you could say limits, I guess. Yep, I went there. Right, moving on. Keith Lee is after the match, he's attacking Sami Guevara. He's after the comments from Sami Guevara, beating him isn't quite enough. He wants to injure him, but Drew McIntyre runs out to stop that from happening. And a claymore like that wasn't enough. A claymore like that'll do. That's fine. Drew McIntyre with the Claymore kick. Keith Lee knocked out the ring and he backs up the ramp. And a clear sort of Keith Lee's like, you're going to pay for that one. You're going to pay for that one, Drew. These two building it up. We know it's already booked. Keith Lee and Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania for the United States Championship. Should be good. Right. Back to in-ring action for a 70 rated match. Pretty good here. Becky Lynch got a win over Ruby Riott. Just a clean win for Becky. Just get her another win on the board. 73 for her. Ruby Riott 42. We got a 70. Pleasing all day long. I've got no issue with that. Post-match though, Becky Lynch has got an issue, and that issue is Charlotte Flair. Last week we confirmed the matchup for WrestleMania and we put the gimmick on it. That's right. Becky and Charlotte. The Raw Women's title is on the line, but the loser will have to leave the WWE. Now this week, Charlotte Flair goes, I'm not waiting for WrestleMania. She runs down with a chair just as Becky's getting the win and starts thumping Becky Lynch with chair shot after chair shot after chair shot. And this is one of these angles that actually we really show Charlotte Flair just constantly chair shot after chair shot. You see them now and again where it gets a little bit brutal, the amount of chair shots there are. And this is what happens here. Becky's laid out for a 78. We go to break. We come back from break to find that Becky Lynch has been taken to the local medical centre because we're not allowed to say hospitals. Remember, 78, good angle. Right, tag team action here. The tag team champions were in action for a 75. The matches tonight, doing very well so far. The Hurt Business get the win over Gran Metalik and Humberto Carrillo. Bobby Lashley carrying this one with a 71, but good from Priest too with a 68. The faces 51 and 49 is what it is. But yeah, good stuff. Good win for the tag team champions. That's all it was meant to be, and that's all it is. Lovely. Moving on. Okay, we had Keith Lee got a promo on Drew McIntyre backstage for 79. He says that is the last time that Drew McIntyre will ever get that Claymore click in on Keith Lee. It is not going to happen again. It is not going to happen at WrestleMania, because at WrestleMania you will hear the words, and still United States champion. 69 is okay for Keith Lee. It needs to get a little bit better, but it's okay. AJ Styles got a great win here for an 81 against Apollo Crews. Great matchup from the WWE champion. 79 from AJ, Apollo 54. Styles was actually off his game, but it did not matter one jot. Springboard, 450 splash, an 81 rated match. Very nice indeed. Very, very nice actually, and a good win for AJ Styles. We'll see AJ Styles later on in the show, but I just wanted to get him a win here, so that's fine. Andrade got a promo on Braun Strowman. He's bragging here. He says, last week, I took out the monster among men. Well, the monster among men was squashed. The monster among men was beaten down like a mule because, why not? Andrade is talking about how Braun Strowman has broken his arm. Braun Strowman is not going to be here. Braun Strowman has been dealt with. Now, Andrade knows that if anybody gets in his way, he can deal with them. 69, Andrade was in action and he defeated Cedric Alexander for an 82. What is with the matches tonight? They are on steroids. Not because... Moving on. 83 from Andrade, 55 from Cedric Alexander. Really, really good stuff and a good build towards Braun and Andrade at WrestleMania, which yet to be confirmed, but obviously the direction we're heading. So that's really good stuff. Post-match, as Andrade celebrating, he's sort of jaw-jacking to the crowd when the music of Braun Strowman hits. Braun Strowman comes down to the ring and Braun Strowman is wearing a sling. He's got his arm up. He gets into the ring. He looks fuming at Andrade, but Andrade is just sort of looking at the sling. He's laughing. Andrade is continuing to brag. Braun says, I get it. I absolutely get it. I would love to beat you down right now. I would love to beat you down now, next week, the week afterwards, or at WrestleMania. And Andrade sort of says, well, why not? Why don't you, Braun? Why don't you? You got a broken arm, but you're a monster among men, aren't you? My voice has gone there. That's just not needed. Monster among men, aren't you? If you want to be a monster, a broken arm's not going to stop you, is it? Braun goes, all right, fine. Done. Braun Strowman versus Andrade at WrestleMania. Andrade's done brilliant. Just what I wanted. He turns his back on Braun Strowman as he's sort of continuing to talk trash to the crowd. And that's when Braun Strowman takes the sling off to find the arm is not broken. And Andrade's just made a big, big mistake. Andrade turns into the running power slam from Braun Strowman. Boom. Braun Strowman lays him out and the match is made. Andrade versus Braun at WrestleMania. We may put a gimmick on that. I'm not sure yet. 82 though. Good segment. Okay, we had a load of old school type promos ahead of the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match for the number one contendership at WrestleMania. Bryan and Ciampa got a good promo for a 71. We had the Artist Collective for a 70. That's really good from them. 69 from the New Day, not quite as good. So we went a 71, a 70, a 69. So Miz and Morrison are a 68, right? That's just the way this game works, surely, right? 69, very close. But yeah, lots of promos. I'm not going to run through them, but you get the gist. They're all talking about how they're going to win, and they're going to win at WrestleMania. So who is going to win? Who is going to walk away with the number one contendership? Fatal 4-Way then. The winners get the Hurt Business at WrestleMania. The winners are Daniel Bryan and Tommaso Ciampa for an 82. Very good match. This was actually elimination style. It wasn't meant to be, but okay, fine. Bryan the best of the lot with the 81. Lots of 70s though. 77 from Kofi, 71 from Tommaso Ciampa, 70 from The Miz. Sorry, 74 from The Miz, 70 from Elias, 71 from Cesaro. The ones bringing this down are actually John Morrison and Xavier Woods, but when they put a 66 and a 64, and that's what brings you down, it's pretty good stuff to me. 82. And as you can see, the match is made. That's two matches already made tonight for WrestleMania. It is going to be Bryan and Ciampa versus Lashley and Priest. It is going to be some mayhem at WrestleMania. Afterwards, the tag team champions came down to the ring for the showdown of all showdowns. I feel like all WrestleMania builds need the showdown of the face-to-face. This is what we do here. Priest and Lashley face-to-face, hold the titles high. There's no violence. It's just jaw-jacking. I said that twice today. I don't know why that's a word. It's word of the day. But 75 for the segment is really good. Right. Bayley was in action against Kairi Sane. Just wanted to get her a win. Sorry, Kairi Sane. You're not doing a lot for me, but oh well. Bayley wins. 6 minutes. Bayley to belly. Yeah. Tis what it is. Tis what it is. Wow. What a segment here for an 89. Charlotte Flair comes back out to the ring here. We saw earlier she destroyed Becky. She comes back out to the ring. just to brag. She says, I'm coming out here because I want to defend this championship at WrestleMania. But as you can see, as you saw earlier tonight, it looks as though Becky Lynch isn't going to be available for WrestleMania. So, I guess I'm going to have to pick an opponent. And she's talking away. And then we go to backstage. We go to the parking lot where there is a sort of a front of a lorry. I don't know what they're called, but just the front bit, because we don't want the full 18-wheeler, but just the lorry coming in through the parking lot. What the hell is this? Coming through, and you can see that Becky Lynch is driving the truck. Becky Lynch drives the truck all the way down the ramp. Charlotte's like, what the hell? The fans are starting to go for it. Becky Lynch, you can say she climbs through the sort of roof bit, because I kind of wanted to do the Steve Austin running, jumping off the truck, over the top rope, hitting a clothesline on Charlotte. Let's go full Austin with this. And Becky starts beating up Charlotte, who escapes. 89, Becky is far from done. She may be hurt, but she is far from done with Charlotte Flair. Really good segment. Really good. Okay, main event then gets us an 82. I wasn't expecting a main event there, but we'll take it. An 82, very good match again. Aleister Black defeats Sami Zayn with the roundhouse kick. Why not just call it the Black Mass game? Come on. 74 from Aleister Black, 68 from Sami Zayn, and the 82 is very good. Very good, and a win for Aleister Black. But post-match, as he's getting up, so Black Mass, he pins Sami Zayn, and as he gets up, he turns around to see AJ Styles springboarding off the top rope and hitting one heck of a phenomenal forearm. AJ Styles has laid out Aleister Black. AJ Styles he sort of gets on the turnbuckle, talking to the fans. He's got the championship over his shoulders still, or sort of he picks it back up, whatever, when Aleister Black sits up. Aleister Black sits up. Take a style, because let's lean into it. Aleister Black sits up, no selling really the phenomenal forearm, or sort of only slightly selling it. AJ Styles hasn't seen it. Styles turns off the turnbuckle into a Black Mass from Aleister Black. AJ Styles scarpers away, selling the Black Mass. These two have a showdown from the ring to the stage. The attack didn't work for AJ Styles. Aleister Black seemingly has his number. An 89 segment. Oh, wow. So, this should be a good show. We've got 2 89 segments, which should be pretty good. 85 Raw last week. What do we get this week? An 83. So, not quite as good, but still fantastic. We're starting to hit that next level with Raw. And the segments are a big part of it, but some great matches tonight. 82, 82, 82, 81. 75 there. 70 still not bad. 75, there's lots of good. Every match tonight was very good, apart from Bayley and Kairi Sane, which still weren't bad at 69. So great success, as Borat would say. Great success. Wait, what?
Script on the fly.
What?
You've got to be more specific. Why are you freaking out?
Why is Adam Cole gone from NXT? Why is he unemployed? What's happened? No.
Can't you rehire him?
What the hell just happened?
I just realised that's completely.
It's just ruined the whole thing. What the hell has just happened? Main event kicks off this week with a 78 rated match. We're going big time on main event this week. That thing with Adam Cole, it's left me in ruins. So let's rebuild the only way I know how, and that's hard hitting, good wrestling. Drew McIntyre beats Jackson Riker 78. Yeah, good stuff. Drew 78 really carries it. Drew looks good, lovely. I'm hearing you go, Drew McIntyre isn't in the main event. A main event. That's right. We're doing former WWE champions in the main event. Adam Cole does not know what he's missing. Right, Brian and Ciampa cut a promo on the Hurt Business for 73. We'll run through this quite quick. Oscar cut a promo on Sonya Deville for 73, saying she still wants a shot at the women's title. Interesting. And we did Oscar beat Lana for 68. That's absolutely fine, and that's probably all we can say about it. Fine. Drew McIntyre cut a promo on Keith Lee for 68. That was supposed to be earlier, but it's fine. Andrade cut a promo on Braun Strowman for 70, talking about being tricked by the monster. Well, the monster will get destroyed again. Fine. Sasha Banks cut a promo on Tessa Blanchard for 73. That's really good. And the main event then, which I think is next. We might have one more promo, but if not, the main event is Seth Rollins and Kofi Kingston. Unbelievable. Then we do have one more promo, Bray Wyatt. 67 from Bray Wyatt. See, Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton seemingly is just garbage for some reason. One RKO, really? Anyway, moving on. The main event, Kofi Kingston, Seth Rollins gets us a 72. Well, we must have had Adam Cole in that match because that was trash. Honestly. That is awful, really. 77 from Seth, 69 from Kofi. Kofi not feeling it on main event. Disappointing. Anyway, gets us a 73 rated main event. Still great for main event, so I'll take it. Let's see what we can save with NXT. I have a plan. I've come with the stream and we have a plan. It's going to be good, I promise. Okay, NXT this week kicks off with the explanation of why Adam Cole is no longer here. And that explanation we find out, we go to sort of an interviewer reporting, say from a scene, I suppose. But Adam Cole has been in a serious car accident. Details are scarce right now, but what we do know is that Adam Cole had issues with his brakes. Adam Cole has been in a serious car accident on his way to the arena tonight, and he will not be here. More to follow very, very soon. That's how we start the show, and we go from there to the in-ring where the NXT champion Finn Balor is in action against Ivar, and it gets us an 82. So wow indeed. Jesus Christ, that's amazing for NXT. Finn Balor's really brought it today, just where we need him to. 76 from Balor, 61 from Ivar. But during the match, we can tell some stories here. Balor, for one, is super confident, more cocky than ever. He looks like a man that's dealt with his issues, let's say. And throughout the match, the announcers are talking about Adam Cole, obviously. And they're talking about what the hell happened? How could this have happened? How has Adam Cole had this crash? They said something about brakes. Has someone tampered with Adam Cole's brakes? Who would do that? And we're starting to lay the groundwork and the rumours. Who would do that? Well, who had an issue with Adam Cole? That would be the Undisputed Era. That would be Finn Balor. We're starting to tell this story. And that's when we go to break after the match. And then from there we go backstage, where Finn Balor is walking backstage. He's got the NXT title over his shoulder. And he goes into the Undisputed Era's dressing room. The door is open just a crack, which allows us to look inside, where the Undisputed Era are very celebratory. They're very happy. Finn Balor's just won, I suppose you could say that's why. And they are sort of group hugging and whatnot. And as they do, they knock over a pile of clothes on the locker bit. And as that happens, you hear a clank. And the camera pans down to see that a pair of pliers, or a wire cutters, I suppose would be a better option, has fallen to the floor. And all of a sudden the door is slammed shut. And that's all we see. Why has that happened? Well, I guess we'll find out. 70 rated segment. Cool. Let's move on to something else, though. We're going to have Crazy Mary Dobson in action next. And she dominates Xia Li for 38. Not bad, considering Xia Li's got 7 popularity. Yeah, makes sense. 4 minutes. Crazy Mary Dobson win. Last week, she made it clear she wants Tegan Knox. Well, this week, Tegan Knox has been listening. Tegan Knox comes out to the ring. She says, I want to be a fighting champion. You want to destroy the NXT Women's Division. Well, I'm not going to let you, but I'm going to give you an opportunity at TakeOver, Stand and Deliver. Tegan Knox versus Crazy Mary Dobson. 1 1-on-1 for the NXT Women's Championship. Tegan Knox is a fighting champion. She puts the challenge out there. Crazy Mary Dobson smiles and then just destroys Tegan Knox. Absolutely beats the hell out of her. Tegan Knox may have made a mistake here. Is Tegan Knox good enough? Is Tegan Knox strong enough? Has she got that fighting instinct to defeat a psychopath like Crazy Mary Dobson? Guess we'll have to find out. Okay, tag team action here. The Big Beefy Boys defeated the Academy for 58. This is pretty good. Only 5 minutes because we are trying to do a hell of a lot tonight. So, yeah, we had to keep it short, but pretty good and a win for the Big Beefy Boys. Not a lot to storyline to this, but it's just a way to get two teams involved, getting them a win for the Big Beefy Boys. Fine, no problem at all. Okay, we went backstage where William Regal has arrived at the arena. Regal has been dealing with the Adam Cole situation. He's approached by the interviewer says they sort of ask Regal what's happening, and Regal says, look, all I know is that Adam Cole will not be medically cleared to fight for the NXT Championship at TakeOver Stand and Deliver. Adam Cole will not be medically cleared potentially for a long while, if ever. I'm making it clear Adam Cole's not going to be seen for a long while, if ever. We're not saying that he's left the company because I feel like it would make us look weak, but what we are doing is making it clear he's not involved in storyline anymore. He is done. And the interviewer says, but how can this have happened? And Regal says, that is not a question I can answer right now. That is a question that I will be looking into, and I will have an answer. 67. Let's keep this going. It's a strong show storyline at the moment, so that's pretty good. Right, we built this up, Lindsay, Dorado and Bandido. We built this up a few weeks ago when we did the first match, and that match ended in a double pin. So we built this up as no disqualification, no count out. We want to see a winner between these two. And unfortunately, we don't again. As you can see here, 15 minutes, but the match descended into chaos. Santos Escobar destroying Dorado, destroying Bandido with Legado del Fantasma with him. They also destroy the referee. No contest. But Santos Escobar has destroyed everyone, including the referee. A really good match here, by the way. For the Cruiserweight division, to get a 64, I'm very pleased with that. 67 apiece. Really, really good stuff. The winner of this one was quite clearly going to be positioned as the number one contender to the Cruiserweight Championship. So Santos Escobar did not want to see a winner. He made sure we didn't. Post-match, we did a post-match angle where he destroys everyone too. Only for a 41, so not quite as good. But yeah, pretty good stuff. All round, particularly that match. Okay, we went to William Regal's office this time. Regal is approached by, he's got a gimmick that's getting stale anyway. Regal's approached by the interviewer and says, I just wanted to see if you had an update because everyone is asking, well, what is going to be the NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver main event? Regal says, again, it's not an answer. It's not a question I can answer right now. It's not a question I can answer. I don't have the answers. When I do, I will let people know. But at that moment, Regal says, I'm sorry. You need to leave because his phone is ringing. He says, I need to take this. And Regal gets on the phone and there's just a hello? A confused hello, like, why are you ringing me? And that's when we leave the segment. And just a little bit of a hint here that something may be happening. You tell all this story all show long that it's potentially Balor and the Undisputed Era have done this. You never quite say it, but you hint at it. Regal is trying to get to the bottom of it. But who's on the phone? Well, we'll see, won't we? Stay tuned. Right, moving on. We'll go to a match to hype up next week. Next week, we will see the final of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic when Gargano and Loomis take on Desmond Xavier and Trey Miguel, the Rascals. So this week we did Gargano and Desmond Xavier for an 81. Really good stuff. Gargano gets the win, the more experienced and established singles competitor in NXT, so it makes sense. 79 for Gargano, 67 for Desmond Xavier. Post-match, the heels get the heat this week where they destroy Xavier and Trey Miguel. Really, really beat them down with Dexter Loomis showing off his power. 64, not as good, but it should be a good tag match next week. I'm really hoping it'll be a good match, and the winner gets the North at TakeOver, remember. So, yeah, big time matchup next week. Okay, Pete Dunne got a promo on Matt Riddle for 74. He says Matt Riddle, he's maybe a bro, but he seems to be getting in the way and in the picture of the North American Championship. If Matt Riddle wants a shot, all he has to do is ask. 74, Pete Dunne will join commentary for the main event for 68. And the main event then is Matt Riddle versus Pentagon Jr. We hyped it up last week. It's a dream match. Will it do as well as I hope it will? Riddle and Pentagon Jr. gets us a 73, so it's nowhere near as good as Balor and Ivar, which is a shame. They didn't seem to click and they had awkward chemistry. That's awkward. That's not great. 72 from Riddle, 61 from Pentagon Jr. Not great. Pentagon Jr. defeats Matt Riddle with a roll-up, though, gets the steal, gets the victory. But before he has time to celebrate, Riddle, Pentagon Jr. and Pete Dunne are all attacked by the Undisputed Era. Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, Finn Balor leading the charge and sort of directing traffic. And throughout the time, Balor's talking about they dare bring these rumours about us. This is our show. This is my show. And I will be the last picture. I will be the thing that people see as NXT ends. Finn Balor's in the ring with the NXT Championship, but we're not quite done. We are not quite done, because as Balor's in the ring with the championship, he gets on the mic and he talks about the rumours going round, and he says this is not the respect that Finn Balor deserves. So the music of William Regal will hit. Regal will come out to the stage, we'll say. He'll get on the mic and he'll say, look, I've heard the rumours. I've looked into the situation. Adam Cole's breaks were cut. I've heard rumours that you did have some wire cutters in your locker room. Now I know I can't prove anything, but I know what you did, Finn Balor, and I understand why you did it. I understand why you did it. You got to remember, I've done some heinous things during my career, so I get it. But in my role here as general manager, I can't let these things stand. So I have a punishment that I think is the right call. You will defend the NXT Championship in the main event of NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. I have an opponent for you. An opponent that handpicked himself. And that's when, to hopefully a big pop, the music of Kevin Owens hits the NXT arena. Kevin Owens comes rushing out to hopefully a huge pop, sprinting down to the ring, where Finn Balor is in the ring on his own at this point, remember, because the Undisputed Era were dealing with Dunne and Pentagon Jr. and Matt Riddle, and they'd all sort of brawled to the back, which meant Balor was on his own. And Kevin Owens runs to the ring. Balor sees it coming and escapes through the crowd, but Kevin Owens is quite clearly ready to fight, and that is correct. You heard me right. We're doing Finn Balor versus Kevin Owens for the NXT Championship at TakeOver Stand and Deliver. Book me into the corner, will you, game? I will book my way out. 75 gives us a 77 rated NXT. It's not bad, is it? It's not bad at all. And you know what? I kind of think if we had maybe the Balor match in the main event, it might have even done better, but I will absolutely take that. We are building stuff up. Kevin Owens, you weren't expecting that one, was you? Okay, NXT UK this week kicks off actually with a backstage promo from the Ojmo. He cuts a promo on Volta, talking also about Tyler Bate. Tonight, the main event is the Ojmo versus Tyler Bate, and the winner gets Volta and the NXT UK Championship title opportunity at NXT UK Prelude coming up in 2 weeks' time, ladies and gentlemen. 2 weeks from this show, technically. So, yeah, it should be good. We're in Glasgow tonight. The Ojmo, good promo for 54. Then we go into the opening contest, which we announced last week as A-Kid and Killian Dane against Fabian Eichner and Alexander Wolf. And the match gets us a 47, which is pretty good for the women's division. I need to go back to bed. For the tag team division, it's pretty good, especially as you've got A-Kid in there and somebody like Alexander Wolf, who's not always the best performances. Fabian Eichner, not great either. Killian Dane carried this one, though, pretty well. And Alexander Wolf got intentionally disqualified when fighting Killian Dane. So you tease all match long that Wolf and Dane don't want to fight each other, but in fact it was a ruse by Wolf. Wolf has turned his back on Killian Dane. It's not about insanity anymore. It's about Imperium. And Alexander Wolf and Fabian Eichner realise they can't stop Killian Dane, so they take him out, the two of them. But because two men in the ring, the referee calls it right there, disqualification. And it's fine. It's a means to an end. Two teams in the tag team hunt, 47 for the match. Post-match, a lot of the teams in the tag team hunt come out, including the tag team champions, Dave Mastiff and Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry and Eddie Dennis. You've got the Black Country Boys out there too. You've got the two teams from the match, but also say I'd put the Welsh Dragons out there as well. A lot of talent in this tag team division. We need to end with a big match, don't we? Dave Mastiff has got a gimmick that's getting stale. That is a shame. But we need to end with a big match. Hopefully we will. Tyler Bate got a promo on the Ojmo for 56, talking about how the Ojmo is a talented wrestler, but he's not Tyler Bate. 56, fine. We move on. And Zaya Brookside got a big win against Isla Dawn. Isla Dawn, the Glasgow native, loses in her hometown. 30 each for both women, but we had it bumped to a 33, which is pretty good. And the NXT Women's Division, NXT UK Women's Division, sees Zaya Brookside rising to the top, it feels like. And Kaylee Ray has got one hell of an opponent in 2 weeks' time at NXT UK Prelude. Pretty good. Right. Volta got a promo on the Ojmo ahead of the main event. Well, the Ojmo and Tyler Bate should be said. Okay, then who's going to get the title opportunity? Are we going to do Tyler Bate versus Volta 3? Are we going to do that final match, make it a trilogy? Or will the Ojmo finally get his opportunity? Let's find out. The winner is the Ojmo. What a win for the Ojmo. It's the biggest win of his career by some distance. He defeated Chris Brooks a few weeks ago. Well, this time Tyler Bate has been beaten. Tyler Bate has been tapped out as well. The submission, a nice little wrinkle, which I didn't add in, but I will take it. Tyler Bate 64, the Ojmo 50, a 55 rated match. Not bad at all, really. This is going to do so much to boost the Ojmo, is the idea. And that's a big win. A big win for the Ojmo. And book it in right now. NXT TakeOver, NXT UK Prelude even. Volta versus the Ojmo for the NXT United Kingdom Championship. That should be big time. And Volta knows it's big time. Hence the post-match attack on the Ojmo. A golden bomb in the middle of the ring. A message sent from the NXT UK Championship that, yeah, you may have beaten Tyler Bate. Yeah, you're on a roll. Yeah, you've got momentum. But you don't mess with the Ring General Volta. 65, good end to the show. Gives us a 55 rated NXT UK. Very good, considering the matches we put on, and we're still trying to build up a little last bit for a few people, like the Ojmo and Zaya Brookside. Yeah, pretty good stuff. Okay, SmackDown this week kicks off with the Intercontinental Champion Ricochet talking about Roman Reigns. That match is booked for WrestleMania. Reigns and Ricochet for the Intercontinental Championship. But tonight, Roman Reigns takes on one half of the ring workers, not Ricochet. Mustafa Ali. So Ricochet cut the promo before the match. The match itself, then to kick off the show, gets an 80. Hell of a match to kick off the show. Roman Reigns defeats Mustafa Ali with a spear. 79 from Reigns, 69 from Ali. Gets us an 80. Really good stuff. Paul Heyman did good work at ringside as well as part of the Tribal Chiefs backup. Really good stuff. I couldn't be more happy with the start of the show, really. I'm fine with that. After the match, it looks as though the Bloodline are going to beat down Ali. Ricochet gets into the ring. You can say he was at ringside to try and stop it. Roman Reigns is like, it's cool. It was just a tease. Not going to happen. And he points at the championship, and it's a hold on to that. And is it just a segment to sort of say the power the Bloodline have? Like, yeah, they could if they want to. They just don't need to. 74. Right, Tessa Blanchard got a promo on Sonya Deville. The first of a number of promos tonight for the SmackDown Women's Division, talking about wanting opportunities and all wanting a title shot against Sonya Deville. Tessa first, 58. Not a good promo from her, actually. Oscar got a good promo there against Sonya Deville. Pretty good stuff here for a 70. And then we went back into the in-ring action. A good win for Seth Rollins over Akira Tozawa for 81. Really good stuff. Seth 80, Akira Tozawa 50. Good stuff. Really good stuff. Another win for Seth Rollins. Io Shirai got a promo on Sonya Deville for 64, as did Sasha Banks for 72. All put in their women's title aspirations, making it very clear tonight, that's for sure. Okay, we did a tag team action here for 70. Good match. The Street Profits defeat the glorious show-off Montez Ford, pinning Dolph Ziggler after the frog splash of all frog splashes. 65 for Dawkins, 67 the best from Montez Ford, 51 and 56 for the heels. Yeah, good win for the faces who post-match call out the Usos again. They say they want their title opportunity. They start to insult the Usos. They disrespect the Usos who do not take it lying down. They come out for a fight. The Usos from the Bloodline and the Street Profits saw it coming. They played them like a fool and beat down the Usos. And the match is made for WrestleMania. It's going to be the Street Profits versus the Usos for the Smackdown Tag Team Championship. 64, pretty good segment. Okay, we put the women's tag team titles on the line, and it's another win for the new champions, Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. They defeat the former champions, Value. A good win here with Bianca Belair getting the victory. 61, really good stuff. Not a problem at all with this, but post-match, let's talk about it. JBL comes out onto the stage, and he says everyone is talking about wanting a shot at the women's championship, and I saw you two out there put on one hell of a performance, so I've made a decision. At WrestleMania, the SmackDown Women's Championship will be on the line in a ladder match where 7 women can all compete and one of them will come out as champion. That's right, Sonya Deville will defend against Rhea Ripley, against Bianca Belair, against Tessa Blanchard, against Sasha Banks, against Io Shirai, and against Asuka. 7 women, 1 championship, 1 WrestleMania moment awaits for whoever can walk away as champion. What this does do, and we can go to the segment now for a 63, what this does do is you see Bianca and Rhea both with women's tag team titles over their shoulder, but sort of giving each other a look like, we are fighting each other. Right. Okay, we'll see what happens with that. 63, good stuff though. Next week, they want to bet this for a big matchup for SmackDown. The Intercontinental Champion Ricochet will be in action against Seth Rollins. It's Ricochet and Rollins next week on SmackDown. That could be a massive main event. That's not all though. I was about this for a 6-man tag. The Bloodline are in action against the Street Profits and Chad Gable. That should be in-ring competition at its finest. And how's about this? Tessa Blanchard getting a victory over Naomi for a 67. Just had 10 minutes to kill in here, so Tessa gets a win, and this is another chance to hype that announcement from earlier. Tessa putting over why she thinks she will walk away from WrestleMania, your SmackDown Women's Champion. Good stuff. Sonya Deville got a promo on everyone in the match complaining about having to defend the title in a ladder match, how that WrestleMania was supposed to be her moment, but WrestleMania will still be her moment. Let's see, shall we? Right, I think we're about time for the main event, and it's Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt. This could be something very, very good. Let's have a look. It is very good. An 83 could have been better, actually. Bray Wyatt 86, Orton 77, 83. I feel like it's a bit harsh there, but it's fine. Bray Wyatt defeats Randy Orton as no surprise. And this, of course, is Firefly Funhouse. Bray, Sister Abigail did the business for an 83. Post-match, out comes Big E with a steel chair. The chair that, of course, was the Fiend's weakness, but this time it's Bray Wyatt who gets thumped and thumped and thumped and thumped with that steel chair, and Big E stands tall tonight. Next week, I can tell you now what we're going to do. It's not technically announced on the show, but what we're going to do after this attack. Big E is going to host the funeral of the Fiend. The funeral of Bray Wyatt. 84 then for the post-match segment. Gives us an 81 rated SmackDown. This week has been very good. Very good. Despite everything the game has decided to throw at me, I'm pleased with myself there. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the episode from this pink room, which is a bit odd, but we'll get through it. But what a week in the end. Adam Cole. Oh, right. We'll have to pick it from next week, but we've filled in with what I think is a pretty good NXT TakeOver main event with Kevin Owens versus Finn Balor. I hope you like that one. We got some huge matches coming up over the next week. Just 2 weeks of TV left before WrestleMania and NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. Of course, in that final week, knock the mic, the final week of TV, we will do NXT UK Prelude on the Thursday as their week's TV. So NXT UK has got 1 week left. So that'll be the go-home show next week. A lot to do, and it should be very, very interesting. And also, after WrestleMania, this save is done. If you don't know, this save is done. But we can confirm what we will be doing. If you missed that, go back on the channel. There's a video to reveal the new save. The poll stopped on Sunday. There's a new save coming. Click on that. If you like this video, make sure you drop a like on it. Subscribe to the channel for more madness like this. And yeah, this is coming to an end. It's been a hell of a save, but it's coming to an end, and I want to end it the right way. Until next time, peace. Put that in the camera. Have that.